Game series, the Red Sox and the Orioles. This series already this season has developed its own tensions to teams who love competing against one another. So tonight, it'll be Alec Asher on the mound against Chris Sale. This is game 2 of a 4-game set. Orioles Red Sox are next. It's the Orioles on Masson, and we welcome you back. Fenway Park in Boston, game 2 of the 4-game set. Orioles and the Red Sox set to go a much warmer evening than we had for game 1. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome. Obviously, the ball game has been eclipsed by what took place last night, learned after the Orioles came off the field. Adam Jones involved in taking some racist comments while he was out in center field. And when he went to go into the dugout, a bag of peanuts thrown at him. That gentleman was thrown out. So we're going to take you through where we are regarding that coming into play here tonight. First of all, the lesser, I guess, of the incidents is the man who threw the bag of peanuts at Adam Jones. This is the video of it last night. Adam was coming in off the field. They did find this individual. They did escort him out of the ballpark. It was clear from the video, as you see him up there in the mid-left, throwing that bag of peanuts out. Then, after the racist comments took place, all kinds of statements appropriately made by Red Sox President Sam Kennedy. Zero tolerance, inexcusable behavior. Entire organization fans sickened by the conduct of the ignorant few. Such conduct should be reported immediately. Any spectator behaving in this manner forfeits the right to remain in the park, subject to further action. Our review of last night's game is ongoing. The Mayor, Marty Walsh, this is unacceptable. This is not who we are as a city. These words and actions have no place in Fenway, Boston, or anywhere else. We are better than this. The Governor, Charlie Baker. Fenway fans' behavior at the Red Sox game last night was unacceptable. This is not what Massachusetts and Boston are about. But Showalter weighed in, talking about last night and what he would have done.
I wish you'd let me know. But it's not the only place that it happens, okay? So, you know, so it's...
If he had let you know, would you have considered pulling the team off the field?
Yes. Especially after, the object came out of the stands.
I just heard that all night, and then it just caught something that caught my attention. I heard the N-word, and, I get certain reactions when, someone says something clever or says something really, really stupid and ignorant. And last night it was not clever. It was really stupid and ignorant, so it caught my attention. And, by the time you look back, you can't tell who says what or who's doing what. So I just was like, okay, this is really, it's really how it's going to go down here. So, okay. You think that you get away from that, especially being in sports, you come across all walks of life. You get to change not just my life, but I get to change other people's lives and outlooks on life. But for something like this, it just shows that people still live in their own world. They still have their own views, obviously, and some people like to express hatred towards another person and other groups. You can't come to a major league game, a football game, a basketball game, any game, and try and hurt the player. You spent your hard-earned money to go watch the entertainment. Now, like I said, boo them. Boo the player. That's well in your right. That is part of it. We don't mind that, but never try and make it more than what it is, because it's a game. For people to defend other people and acts like this, it just shows that there's the bigger problem.
So there you go. That brings us up to date as to where we are, Jim, coming into the game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I've been coming to Boston since 1965, and the fans are fabulous. I mean, they're passionate and whatever, but there were 39 thrown out here at Fenway Park. So kudos to the Red Sox, Major League Baseball. They all said the right things. And again, it's awareness. Anything we do in life is awareness. They stepped over the line. They were thrown out of the ball game. You'd like to hope that it was maybe a little bit more than that, but that's not the case. But come out, root. Hey, if you want your team to win, that's great. And that's part of really part of coming on the road and whatever. But, in the modern day, Gary, as you know, with social media, whatever, you can call people out. You have the First Amendment right and all that. I'm glad that Adam actually called him out, because once again, it not only brought attention to what goes on in sporting events, but what goes on in our lives. So hopefully, people will be aware of this, and they'll say, hey, you know what, do I want to teach or respect somebody, or do I want to treat them like they treated Adam? It's unacceptable.
Yep, and that's what everybody said, including the Red Sox players and their manager before the ball game tonight. When we come back, we'll take a look at some baseball. In fact, a game last night where the Orioles played as fine a defense in a game as you're ever going to want to see. We'll show you some of it in just a minute. Is brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. And by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, your workers' compensation insurance company. A lot brighter skies here than we've had for most of the day. And last night, talk about bright, it was the Orioles defense. Take a look at this. Mookie Betts, 5-4-3 double play. A great double play. Ended the first inning. Mitch Moreland, this would end the fourth inning. A 4-6-3 double play. Had to do that when they had the shift on. Adam Jones, running catch. Pedroia, first out, fifth inning. No rally would start here. Ryan Flaherty, first start in left, foul territory on Benintendi. That was the first out of the sixth. There'd be no rally started there. Flaherty, diving catch. Pedroia, first out, seventh inning. There'd be no rally there. Adam Jones, diving catch. Moreland, final out of the eighth inning. No chance for the Red Sox to get anything going runs-wise. And why not end it with Manny Machado? This, the final out of the ballgame, Sandy Leon. That was a night of spectacular defensive plays for the Orioles.
And meanwhile, the Red Sox were making 4 errors. I mean, last night's game, it ends up 5-2, but it was 2-0 going into the eighth inning. So, again, the Orioles outplay him. Dylan Bundy, throws 10 ground balls early on, then throws the fly balls. And tonight, a new test, trying to beat Chris Sale.
BGE Home, Baltimore's home team for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Why would you call anyone else? 61 degrees, comfortable tonight. You saw some of the high clouds. Right now, a little breeze blowing actually towards right field. Orioles starting lineup brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Rickard, Jones, Machado, Trumbo, Davis, Scope. Mancini gets the start in left. Hardy Joseph for Mark Trumbo career against Sale. You believe that?
And take a look at the keys, the scouting report. Dominating. I mean, he won 17 games. He's got a 1.19 ERA. This too will pass. That they've only scored what, 4 runs in 5 starts. And again, trade trip. You know, Jan Makata, with the #1 prospect in baseball, and 3 other players went to the White Sox to get this 28-year-old left-hander who can really pitch.
Joey Rickard leading it off, did not play in the ball game last night. Chris Sale, as fast a worker as there is in baseball, a broadcaster's favorite pitcher. Foul back. Not necessarily true for hitters, though. Over the years, they haven't done very well against him, and they're not doing it this year. But when you don't have any runs scored for you, what are you going to do? He is second in ERA, and strikeouts, ranks #1 with 52. And he doesn't walk anybody. The delivery on the way, that'll be fouled off.
Yeah, he's got a fastball, slider, change. Fastball's, you know, average one is just a tick under 95. You can 2-seam it, 4-seam it. You throw the change up in any count, and it's a good one. Throws it 21% of the time.
And a swing and a miss, tag put on. Now we want to listen to the crowd response here. Adam Jones is coming up. Listen to the announcement and let's see.
Center fielder, number 10, Adam Jones.
Mookie Betts is applauding in right field. So there you go. The good part of the world right there. Ground ball will be fouled off outside of third, and Chris Sale went behind the mound rather than coming on top to pitch. He wanted that sustained applause to be heard, so he stepped back on the grass behind the mound and waited till Adam Jones stepped into the batter's box. Adam with the 0 for 4 last night will chop that one foul, trying to get out in front of it, and quickly behind on the count at 0-2.
Well, you talked about the 52 strikeouts. That comes in 37 2/3 innings. Now 38 innings. He has 53 strikeouts, 10, 12, 13, 10. He has failed only 1 time. Well, actually, more than 7 innings 3 times. Pitched into the 9th. Got out pitched by Tanaka. Lost 3-0 against the Yankees.
The left-hander's 0-2 delivery and a heater away in 98.
Yep. Well, the velocity has gone up since he put on a Red Sox uniform. Don Cooper, his pitching coach, said last year, you know, sometimes you got to throttle back. It'll help you over the course of a year. I mean, early on, he's going to do what he's pretty much been doing all year long, which is, because they've gotten him less than 1 run a game when he pitches, try to shut out the other team.
That's the obligation he has, apparently, for the moment, in light of no support. Here's Manny Machado last night with a 1 for 4. Manny picking up the home run, couple of RBIs. He's 3 for 9 off Sale.
Well,
whoa!
there you go.
Chris Sale, there's the warning from the home plate umpire. It was bound to happen, but boy, I didn't think it was going to be that fast. After Mookie Betts got hit last night, Sale zings a fastball right behind him. There were no warnings given prior to the game, so there's not an automatic ejection of pitcher and manager. But Buck Showalter coming out. Each side's now been warned. Anybody else gets hit in this game, the pitcher and the manager are both gone.
Well, as long as the umpire thinks that he is throwing at him. And the problem, you know, I mean, obviously you knew it may happen. It didn't take long. Why Manny? I don't know. But I mean, this is obviously he's thrown right at him. He missed him.
DJ Rayburn, the home plate umpire, with the immediate warnings.
Yeah, you know, I guess if you look at it logically, you don't want to do it before this happens, because then you really can't pitch inside, and it still affects your inability to do that now, because I mean, you don't want an umpire reading your mind, and that's what's going to have to happen now.
Yeah.
You know, against the Red Sox or even the Orioles, you better pitch to both sides of the plate here at Fenway.
I think just trying to cool things off now. Buck's not arguing heavily here. He's more wanting to give Manny a chance to just stop. John Farrell is on his way out.
Yeah,
somebody was barking from the bench over there, and Farrell comes out to protect his players.
And the other thing, and we saw this with Matt Barnes, who Bundy hit bets last night. He did it perfectly. Fastball away, breaking ball away, right on the hip, not at the head like Matt Barnes. But at the end of the day, now in Major League Baseball, number one, you're going to get thrown out of the game. Especially now. Number two, you're going to get suspended. And if you go out and a guy does throw at you and hits you, and you charge the mound, it'd probably be about a week.
Now the umpires are gathering. That was a 97-mile-an-hour heater, but he kept it down low. It was, I don't know, waist high around the butt.
Yeah, it still would have hurt, of course, but
it was inevitable. I mean, all the talk today, of course, revolved around what happened to Adam Jones. The sub-story, it became a sub-story, was the fact of the hit batter last night on Mookie Betts by the Orioles starter Dylan Bundy, all going way back to the games in Baltimore and the slide with Pedroia and Manny Machado. So it's gone on, and whether that ends it, I don't know. This could go on all year. Sale ready now, 1-0 count. There are two down here, and the pitch will miss a little bit low. The fans will settle back in. What a series this has already turned into on the year. Strike taken at the knees. The Orioles up 4-2 on the Red Sox in the season series so far. Manny has been a big part of that. And a swing and a miss, tailed one down the way.
Yeah, that's the changeup. And again, I mean, he's 6'6", he's all arms and legs. He's got it, and has always had a terrific changeup.
Ready with the 2-2 delivery, and that's the end of that one. So Sale begins as he is prone to do. He strikes out the side after putting one behind Manny. All of the racial slurs took place. Coming out of the dugout, third base umpire reading lips said, "You have any problems, let us know." So telling Adam that if anything happens out there, make sure the umpires are told, and the umpires will take whatever action is needed. A lot more security around the ballpark tonight, and a lot of it obviously out there in the bleachers in that center field area. Red Sox lineup: Bogarts, Benintendi, Betts, Ramirez, Moreland, and Pedroia. Jackie Bradley Jr., Leon, and Hernandez. For Benintendi against the Orioles, starting his career hot.
He can hit everybody. Well, for Alec Asher, new start, comes out of the Philly organization. Had the failed test for testosterone last year. Starter stuff's got 4 pitches. And then again, the Orioles are still looking for starting pitchers. In Charlotte, which is the White Sox, that's where Chris Tillman is pitching tonight, so hopefully he'll be back if he's healthy. But they're still looking for 5 guys they're going to be able to give him a chance to win every 5th day.
And the pitch taken for his strike. Here is Bogarts, 2 for 4 in the ball game last night. That extended his hit streak to 5. upping his average to .325 on the year. Alec Asher, in the start that he made against Toronto, looked spectacular. He hasn't had many. Second start this year, 14th career major league start coming tonight, but you would not have known that watching him pitch and the composure he had in that Toronto game. Comebacker right to him. He'll make the snag and the throw.
Now take a look at the Oriole defense, and it was, I mean, as we showed you early on, superb, a little different. Instead of Flaherty, Mancini in left, Jones, Rickard out in right field, Machado, Hardy, Gold Glovers, Scope Davis, and Caleb Joseph doing the catching.
Caleb back in, second game in a row. Orioles had to make a roster change today. Wellington Castillo is not available and is fact on the DL. Francisco Pena is here, called up AAA. Zach Britton's been added. Mike Wright, who came up yesterday, has gone back. And there is Wellington Castillo. They had an MRI today on Castillo. Last night thought it was his neck. It's more than that. It's his shoulder and his arm. They MRI'd it. Tendonitis right shoulder's been the call on it. So he's on the 10-day DL, backdated a couple of days. Foul back by Benintendi. 4-game hit streak for him. For Wellington Castillo, here's the play at the plate that certainly didn't help the shoulder. That was that great bases loaded scoop that he made with the runner coming in on him and then going down. But Showalter said he thinks it's part of the WBC matter, that when he played in the World Baseball Classic that he had a little trouble then and it's carried over.
Yeah. Well, you know you got to get in shape earlier. You know, most guys do that, but then you're into game conditions earlier than you would normally at high intensity. And that play, I mean, that was the winning run that he kept from scoring on that play in New York, and the Orioles would go on to win. And there's Francisco Pena.
Back for the Orioles.
Yeah, catch and throw guy.
That'll be blocked on a pitch down low to Benintendi. Benintendi comes in second in the league in average. He is also up there in home runs. 3 of them put him in a ranking of tied for 4th, believe it or not.
Yeah, his hitting instructor, Chili Davis. Yeah, Chili Davis said, hey, there's nothing like a smooth, sweet left-handed swing. And he said the only thing when you get in trouble if you try to do too much. And while it seems to me he can hit home runs, he can hit the, you know, you look at all the great left-handed hitters here in Fenway, whether it goes back from Pete Runnels to Yaz to Lynn, and you know, you go down the list, Boggs, they all could hit the ball the other way, and he can do that.
Here's the 2-2 delivery on the way. That'll go up the middle right where JJ was playing. Hardy makes the throw, and there's the shift in effect again.
Yeah, I didn't do the game for Alec Asher, but you're right. He was terrific. I mean, he's got a nice windup. Looks like it's very repeatable. He's got good size. He's got a little cutter. He's got a 2-seamer, 4-seamer. Curveball is his plus pitch. Number of ways to get you out.
So Asher trying to get the Orioles yet another win as they go for a 3-game win streak here against the Red Sox. And here's Mookie Betts. Betts, who of course tore the Orioles up last year, exact opposite so far this year, hitting just .167 against the Orioles. He's had 1 home run and 3 RBIs in the 6 games they've played so far.
They had 21 last year and 9 home runs, 6 in Baltimore. Or hit over 400. He was up in Ted Williams territory at 408.
And overall his season's fine. He's hitting .282, a couple of home runs, 11 RBIs. Just not much of it has come against the Orioles. That'll go into left center field. That's very playable. Mancini moves over, puts it away, so Asher starts it out with a 1-2-3 beginning. from Forest Hill. 500 for being selected, 500 more for every Orioles home run hit tonight. Play Home Run Rich's scratch offs, win up to $50,000, or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Visit mdlottery.com/homerun. Good luck, Sherry. Coming out the field, Adam taking a look. He's got the baseball in his hand, and but Adam goes over and picks it up and gives it to the youngster. A memento not to be forgotten. Sale back on the mound as we go to the second inning. Mike Trumbo will lead it off. The designated hitter for the Orioles. 2 for 4 in the ball game last night. Picked up an RBI. Trying to get that average going and the home run power. 5 for 14 with a homer off Sale. He drops it down and away. Chris Sale, like Dylan Bundy, stone-faced on the mound. There's very little emotion ever shown, but all kinds of production. That'll be fouled straight back.
And one of the more hittable pitches right there, and you foul it off. So now good luck. Yeah, his average fastball last year was a little, I mean, right between 93 and 94. So that was for about maybe 1,500 fastballs. And obviously throwing much harder than that tonight.
Here's the 0-2 delivery on the way, and Trumbo's gone.
And again, you know, he can run it in on you. He can, you know, turn it over. He, of course, DJ Rayburn, he's the home plate umpire tonight.
It's right down the middle.
Yeah. And again, Sandy Leone, pretty good catcher, just kind of holds it there for Rayburn.
So 56 strikeouts now in 38 and a third.
Well, he's totally unpredictable. He'll throw any of his pitches at any time with tremendous velocity. You know, the curveball, I mean, it's amazing when you look at the difference. You know, the fastballs, at least this year, averaging 95. We've seen it at 98. The change is hard, 86, and then the sliders at 79. So all different speeds, all, you know, I mean, an angle you don't usually see.
And the pitch to Davis will miss outside. Shift on against him. You see Pedroia out there deep. StatCast brought to you by Amazon Web Services. Sale with the delivery. Chris.
And there's the changeup. And, you know, again, I just don't think the stuff's terrific. The command's terrific. You know, you mentioned what he's walked 6 in 5 starts.
Yep.
You know, he's given up, doesn't give up a lot of home runs. He's given up 1. Lefties are hitting 133. Righties came in at 183.
Not many left-handers ever get a chance against him. He's so good. 2 for 15, the left-handers coming into the ball game. Here's the 2-2 delivery to Davis, and he's going to miss with that inside. So Chris working it. Gets the count to 3-2. Chris has gone 1 for 10 off Sale.
So right here, you have no idea what's coming. It could be 98 or it could be 78.
Set up down the middle, and that's right where he put it. Chris.
I mean, low and away. If you say, Chris, you can go take the ball up the home plate and hand it to the catcher where you want. It'll be right about there. Perfect pitch.
5 batters, 5 strikeouts. And that'll bring up Jonathan Scope. There are the numbers. Yikes. ERA second, 5th in average. The whip, nobody ever gets on. That walk to strikeout ratio is outstanding.
He's getting 0.96 run support a game. And like he said, when Tanaka beat him 3-0, he pitched in the 9th. They gave only 1 run until the 9th, and then tried to do the complete game. He says, I got to pitch better, and it appears he's doing that tonight.
That's scary. He is a fly ball pitcher. If anybody can get the bat on the ball, about 56% of the outs have been in the air, but more on strikeouts. And there's one right there. Center field, Jackie Bradley Jr. goes back. He'll haul that one in. So the first 6 have been retired. Sale with 5 strikeouts and 6 hitters. cold one to look forward to Miller time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller. But some of the high clouds at sunset time, actually sun coming out here this afternoon after a rather dark and drizzly most of the day. Alec Asher will be facing Ramirez, Moreland, and Pedroia. Orioles coming in with a +4 in their run differential now, while the Red Sox have dropped to a -3 in run differential for a ball club that's hitting for average but not getting any results. The Orioles just the other way around. They're not hitting for average, but they are picking up runs.
Yeah, last night going into what 48.7% of their runs scored via the home run, which is kind of the usual number over the last 3-4 years. It's right up in that percentile.
As you're ready to go, and Alex delivery is taken for a strike. Ramirez, 7-game hit streak for him. He extended it last night, going 1 for 3. The DH we said last night, getting ready to play some first base. Good off-speed pitch out in front of him.
Well, that's the hook, and of course he does get the double in the 8th inning, and then the base running snafu. Did not look at the lead runner, Benintendi, in front of him. Two guys ended up at second base after the drop pop fly and a base hit, and big rally was thwarted.
That ball will go to short, not hit very hard. Short hop. Hardy makes a nice play, and Ramirez is retired. Well, the O's return to Oriole Park this Friday, 3-game series against the White Sox, and on Saturday, first 20,000 fans 15 and over get the Orioles tote bag presented by MLB Network. On Sunday, youngsters 4 to 14 get to run the bases after the ball game, presented by Wise Markets. For tickets, Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Those fans on hand for the second of this 4-game set. That'll bring Moreland up to the plate. Shift on against him. Mitch Moreland 0 for 3 in the ball game last night. And the pitch on the outside corner.
Oh, there you go. The doubles. And of course, he's got 12. And then Corey Dickerson, we saw him. We'll see Trout later on in the summer. Carlos Santana, Lindor. Had a great World Series. Terrific young player out of Puerto Rico.
Boy, can he.
Well, he can do everything. Yeah.
Pitch inside. You saw the league leaderboard brought to you by Coons.com. Over 2 million vehicles sold and counting. A 1-ball, 1 strikeout with 1 down. Moreland's not had a hit in his last 12 at bats.
Yeah, I got him on a 3 for 30 run, even though he hit a lot of doubles. He comes over as a free agent, won the Gold Glove. 232 hitter with 22 home runs down in Texas.
Started out slow, picked it up, and now over the last 10 days, average has gone down again. Missed with that one. 3-ball, 1 strikeout. Pedroia waiting on deck.
Yeah, when Bundy got behind last night, he ended up walking 4. He never really knew what was coming. He really pitched, changed speeds. Let's see if Alex Asher can do that. He certainly has the ability, at least the pitch.
That one in the air, left field, heading over towards that dangerous area in the corner, and it will end up in foul territory.
Yeah, there's a big difference. You know, my experience in this park is if you got the ball in the outside quarter of the plate, it might be a pop-up or a fly ball. But like I said, all the good left-handed hitters, and Moreland has power to left field, they all can cover the outside half of the plate, maybe not to the corner. So again, if you do go away, it just can't be kind of away. It's got to be away. Otherwise, they drive the ball in this park.
Asher's not given up a hit to a left-hander yet. Lefty's 0 for 14 against him coming in. That may end right here. Then again, that's up, and that'll be off the very top of the wall. Adam Jones will play it. Standing up with yet another double is Moreland with 1 away.
Well, that's kind of what I was talking about. You know, again, 3-2, that has a lot to do with where you don't want to walk somebody. I mean, you do have 1 out. Take a look right here. It's a little 2-seamer. And again, I mean, it's outside third, but this guy can go the other way. He's big and strong. And again, sometimes when you're going to play pretty much every day, with exception against left-handers. You just got to take those 3 for 30s. Hit the ball hard last night, but right at scope for a double play.
So a runner in scoring position for Boston. They get Dustin Pedroia to the plate. And only 1 down. Sitting on the bench, their starter Chris Sale going, is it possible the Red Sox may actually score a run? They have scored 4 runs in Sale's 37 2/3 innings. 4. Dustin Pedroia over his career has been really good at picking up hits in these situations.
Well, because he'll just take it to right field. You want to pitch him away. And you can see missing there. Slider for ball 1.
He is 5 for 16 already again this year. That gives him a .313 batting average with runners in scoring position.
And then and again, he doesn't strike out very much. Great contact hitter, but when you get into these counts, good ball in the inside half. I mean, that's the ball he'll drive for home runs, doubles off the green monster.
And that pitch is a base hit. Does it again. Adam Jones will charge. Here comes Moreland. Here comes the throw to the plate, off the mark, all the way to the backstop. There'll be an error. Down to second base goes Pedroia.
Well, Adam Jones is going to get the error, but how about backing up home plate? I mean, if you don't get behind it, you're just not doing what you're supposed to. As simple as that. So it's again 2-0, hanging slider. You know, that doesn't work with Dustin Pedroia because he's up the middle. Take it to right field anytime he wants to. Right here, it stays right in the middle of the plate. Boom. And then right here, get behind home plate. And Manny doesn't cut it off, and he kind of fakes Caleb Joseph out. I mean, they could have cut it off. They thought there might be a play, but again, it doesn't really make a whole lot of difference if you're backing it up if you're Alec Asher, but he failed to get there.
Just the 6 RBI for Pedroia, and the Red Sox have a 1-0 lead. Jackie Bradley Jr. will take the pitch inside. Just to know some of the tensions coming into the game, all the Adam Jones stuff, the throwing at hitters that's gone on, was added to after the game last night. Rick Porcello, the starting pitcher for the Red Sox last night, he said after the game, because of Mookie Betts getting hit, 1-0 delivery inside, Porcello said, and I quote, "We'll get out there and kick their ass tomorrow."
Well, meaning, we lost tonight. He pitched well. They hit him. He said, he said, I'm glad he's all right, which he is. Yep. You know, I'm sure it hurt. And then we're going to do what they're going to try to do.
And the pitch will be taken inside.
Well, you have a guy pitching for the Red Sox tonight that's never won a Cy Young, but certainly up there every year in the voting. You got a guy that pitched last night that did win a Cy Young. You got Price, who won a Cy Young on the DL. When they all get healthy, they're going to have pretty good pitching.
They certainly thought they were going to coming into the year. 3-0 count. Pedroia off second base and taking all the way in there for a strike. Jackie Bradley Jr.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to lead the American League in runs because David Ortiz, I mean, he was obviously, you drive in 137 runs and hit over 300, and you're such a clubhouse and on the field presence. He's gone. I mean, that's reality.
And the pitch will be away. There is the walk surrendered, so the Red Sox have runners on at first and second base now. Orioles single game tickets are on sale. Reserve your seats for upcoming promotions, including an Orioles Maryland flag script replica jersey, Manny Machado starting lineup figure, a Zach Britton bobblehead, and more. Tickets at Orioles.com/tickets. So 2 on for the Red Sox, and Leone, who had a 1 for 3 in the ball game last night, doing the catching again tonight. Hardy holding the runner close, little shift on, not a complete one. Breaking ball is going to be in there for a strike.
Yeah, Sandy Leone, he came in hitting 180 and he dropped a bunt down. Hit another ball very hard, but right at Hardy, who was playing up the middle in a shift. He hits that same ball now. It's going into center because they don't have the shift on because of the runners at first and second.
Timeout asked for.
And this is how, you know, again, by not backing up your position, you get Pedroia to second, and then all of a sudden you pitch carefully to Bradley, and this is how you get into big innings here at Fenway, by walking people.
Looking for a ground ball, double play. That'll be way inside from Asher.
Yeah, that's that little cutter, and that's, you know, that's a great pitch, but you better be able to establish strike 1 or 2 before you throw it. So
Leone 3 for 13 in these situations. Oriole pitching coach Roger McDowell. Saw he and the skipper Buck Showalter talking. Mike Wright, a long man, of course, sent down today. That ball is going to be trouble in left field, going over with room, and will make the catch. Mancini, runner back to second base in a hurry, as Pedroia had almost reached third.
Yeah, the Orioles came up here, what, about 3 weeks ago, and they put Trey out there, and he played well. Last night was Ryan Flaherty. Looked like a wide receiver. Caught one ball just before he got to the wall. Looked like he wanted to keep his feet in bounds. Made a great diving play.
Trey making his 4th start in left field on the season. Here's Michael Hernandez. He's given him some real pop in the number 9 spot, playing at third base with Sandoval out indefinitely. Hernandez 1 for 3 last night. Great speed, 4-game hit streak for him, and the pitch is in there for a strike. Manny Machado just off the cut of the grass at third, with the infield shifted over, as he will bunt for a base hit if you think he's got an opportunity to do so.
And he's got really good foot speed.
Pedroia at second, Bradley on at first, 2 down. Asher the long look, and that will be outside at 83.
And there's the first changeup.
One ball, 1 strike count. Second start for Asher this year. He has worked out of the bullpen a couple of times. April 23 against Boston, he worked an inning. Gave up just 1 walk. The pitch will be taken inside. Well, Asher called on here with Chris Tillman's spot open. But Showalter waited a long time in announcing who was going to be the starter in this spot coming into the series, but really Asher was the one. They were just concerned whether he was going to have to be used in long relief too much to be able to make a start. Hernandez waiting on it and will just miss away, so he gets ahead on the count with 2 on. And a 3-ball, 1 strike count, and the manager pacing.
Fenway Park will do it. You know, a pitcher that's kind of living on the edge with all these hitters counts.
3-1. And he got that one in, challenged him with it, and he could only foul it back.
Yeah, and then you're pitching against Chris Sale, and you don't want to be dragging fastballs with this guy. I mean, it's just not going to work. I mean, you know, and again, you don't want to overthrow. You don't. I mean, but reality is, you know, because I don't think that Alec Asher doesn't know how good Chris Sale is. You just know you don't want to have any big innings. You can't give up a multitude of runs. You can't do it in bunches.
3-2. Runners will go. Pitch on the way, and he got him to chase one away. So Asher gets his first strikeout at a key moment. 1 run will score. They'll do it on a couple of hits and leave 2 on base. This one ended the inning. These are just numbers of the Eastern teams against one another based on a per game basis, because the Orioles have played more games in the East than anyone else. For the Orioles, the runs per game second only to the Yankees, up at 4.71. You see Sox, Rays, Blue Jays well behind. The ERA at 4.21 is the highest, and that mostly has to do with that series in New York where all those runs were scored. Otherwise, pretty close.
Yep. Of course, what the Red Sox, they scored almost 6 runs a game at home last year, and then almost 5 runs, 4.95 on the road. So they were the best scoring team in baseball. And they're going to figure out how to hit, and it'll get warm and so on and so on. But
they're only, of course, 3.5 behind. The Yankees are a game out. The Orioles on top of that 16-8 mark.
Well, the Orioles have to hope that maybe Chris Sale, the adrenaline calms down. And of course, there's a young hitter. If you looked at the tape, that's what Sabathia did to him, pulled the string on him. Jordan Montgomery, another lefty, did exactly the same. And neither of them throw 98.
Trey Mancini will go after another one that's away. Mancini facing Chris Sale for the first time. Orioles against left-handed starters are 6-4 on the year. And somewhat surprisingly, they've actually upped the average now to 241 against lefties and 239 against right-handers.
Well, it helps when you get Rickard back. Last year he had over 300 and then got hurt. Late July, finished for the year.
And that one took a little off. But play's got to be made, though. Coming back to get it, Leon, tough throw and a long one, and got it there just in time. Good stretch into foul territory by Moreland.
Yeah, it just took a moment. Just a millisecond for Trey to realize that slider that Leon doesn't catch it, and again, this is a Gold Glover right here. Again, outside. Otherwise, if it's in line with Trey Mancini, he's going to plunk him somewhere.
So that'll be strikeout number 6. He's quickly going to reach the 10 strikeout mark the way he's going, and he has done that in each of his last 4 starts. He was talking about last 4 starts, strikeouts 10, 13, 12, and 10. There's success, a foul ball.
So 31 pitches. He's the #1 strike thrower in the American League. 22 strikes, and they're quality strikes. Tremendous velocity, great sweep on the breaking ball, and then a changeup that hits Winshear on the way to home plate.
J.J. Hardy will take the pitch outside. The Orioles shortstop 0 for 4 last night. J.J. trying to get out of an 0 for 12 that he is in right now. He'll ground that one to short, not hit hard. Xander Bogaerts. Take a look at the road ahead. Offering you 20 convenient locations throughout the Baltimore area. Visit them in store or online at heritagedealers.com.
And the mighty Red Sox, 4-game, pretty much other than Eduardo Rodriguez that beat the Orioles when the Red Sox came to Baltimore. You see their whole pitching staff. Even though Stephen Wright went on the DL, I understand.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, the knuckleballer.
Brandon Workman was called up to take his place. 10-day DL, knee injury.
Knuckleball injury.
Yep. Foul back.
Yeah.
Workman probably is not going to start on Thursday, and asked John Farrell before the game, all right, you got a starter, and he said not going to announce it till after the game because we're not sure about our bullpen.
They got a tall lefty, Brian Johnson, down in the minors. He probably would be the guy. He's already had a spot start.
Yep. 2 down, nobody on. Caleb Joseph at the plate. Caleb takes it inside and misses it. 7 strikeouts, retiring all 9 faced through 3 innings. 9-1-2 coming up when we come back for Boston. by PNC Bank for the Achiever in You, and by Navy Federal, proudly serving the armed forces and their families for over 80 years, federally insured by NCUA. Very pleasant night here in Boston. Great to have you with us. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer with a 1-0 Red Sox lead. Yankees making some roster changes today. Greg Bird, who had not been hitting at all, bad ankle, and that bruised right ankle's put him on the 10-day DL, so they've gone to the minor leagues. Rob Refsnyder has played with them before, called up. They'll start Chris Carter at third base. Refsnyder will be the backup, and the Yankees are doing a lot like the Orioles are, changing pitchers every day. Chasen Shreve was called up from AAA, and Luis Sessa was sent down one day after he'd arrived. Sound familiar?
Yeah, well, he comes up while Brian Mitchell, who played first base, we talked about that, he was sent out.
But why?
Because he can't play first base. Not like Roger McDowell can play the outfield.
That's right.
I really had that recurring dream. You know, because I used to power Shag. We were talking, Roger and I were talking about that's what you did if you were a starting pitcher. I mean, that's how part of your conditioning. And our first base coach, George Stoller, one time he says, you know, you're our best third outfielder. I said, well, we have 5 of them. And he goes, that's what I said. You're our best third outfielder. But I always had this dream that everybody would get hurt and I'd actually have to go play the outfield, and it never happened. You know, I pinch hit, I pinch ran early on in my career, but never got to play the outfield. Because it's different when the lights go on and it really means something.
Yeah, but you'd still like to do it.
Yeah. Well, that's not happening anymore.
No.
I will live vicariously through other people, Brian Mitchells of the world.
The 2-1 delivery on the way down to third. Charity Hop, Manny, and Bogart's retired. He is grounded out twice and one away here in the bottom of the third inning.
Same pitch.
Yeah,
a little one-seamer or two-seamer, one-seamer. Even though it's funny, you know, I asked Dylan Monday, I said, you really had a good two-seam fastball last night. He said, yeah. He said, I kind of had a little more pressure on my, you know, not on my middle finger, but on the index field, and the ball moves all over the place. Maybe instead of a two-seamer, it's a one-seamer. It worked last night.
One away is Andrew Benintendi up in at third base again. Manny. Benintendi will take the pitch for a strike.
Yeah, that's that little cut fastball, and you know, that's when it's effective. You know, he's been throwing it, but it's usually to try to back the hitter off the plate and then, you know, nibble on the outside corner.
Benintendi overall 5th in the league in hitting. He's also 5th in the league in hits. Mike Trout still leads the American League with 36 hits. Benintendi with the 0-2 count, 1 down. 25-year-old right-hander for the Orioles. Alec Asher getting the start. Check swing down the line to the seats and foul.
That's when you really can hit. You can hit a line drive on a check swing.
That one halfway to the wall. Benintendi has been red hot. 386 over his last 18 for the Red Sox, and during the 4-game hit streak he is in, he's now 5 for 15. And the 0-2 had to go down and protect, fouls it away. A one-knee swing on that one. Asher continues to be impressive on the mound. He just looks confident. He's getting his pitches for the most part where he wants them. Caleb saying keep it down, and he did, and as a result he gets the swinging strike.
Yeah, good curveball, perfectly located because of the count. Mercedes pitch cast will show you where you throw the curveball. It appears to be a strike, and then right out of the zone. And again, there's been you know, the one thing about DJ Rayburn, he's been very consistent. He's been calling the low strikes. So if you're a hitter second time through the order, you know that. Maybe it chases a little bit.
That'll bring Mookie Betts up, 2 down, nobody on. Betts flied out to left field his first time up. Betts will take the pitch. Even though he's having a tough start against the Orioles this year, still a .281 hitter against the Orioles. He's had a home run this year and 11 lifetime against the O's. That one will just miss, a little bit low, and a 1-ball 1-strike count. One delivery to him, and that'll back him away. Anything close to that straws oohs and ahs.
Well, that was close, and it's just a two-seamer that he kind of got his elbow down, so it's going to run. But again, remember, both teams have been warned. That ball's just running, and again, B.J. Rayburn saying he's not throwing it.
That one plunked towards the gap and near and on. The warning track is Rickert to haul it in. So a 1-2-3 inning, and through 3, it's all about the pitching. 1-0 Red Sox. Baseball is brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Umbrellas at the ballpark. Not needed for rain purposes, just to sit under and munch on a good sausage sandwich.
A sausage sandwich. How do you have X-ray vision when it comes to food, don't you? You look right through those umbrellas and knew exactly what they were eating.
If there's food there, I can see it.
Yeah,
I can.
Yeah.
Right
Doesn't matter if there's an umbrella or
no. Do you have the sausage by the media entrance that's been there for 100 years? Have you ever had one?
Why are you?
No, I'm sorry.
Are you admitting that I'm that old?
What?
Yeah, I had.
No, I'm saying it's been there for 100 years, long before we ever started coming in.
Actually, when I broke in, Gary, I had it on my first day here.
That was Rube Waddell. And swing and a miss. Joey Rickert, who struck out. The sausage, it's one of the outdoor stands, the little carts. And in all the years, I've never had a better sausage sandwich with great onions than the guy who's run that stand forever at the media entrance outside the ballpark. Sale has walked none, struck out 7.
74% of the pitches, 38 pitches, 28 for strikes. That's commanding.
Phenomenal. Coming into the ball game, the numbers on him, he had a 70% strikeout rate coming in, and as Jim said, he's over that. 1 ball, 2 strikeout. And the pitching coach that sails on, you watch. Down to third off the end of the bat. Hernandez has that one. Our PNC minor league report. PNC for the achiever in you.
Well, the Orioles, second year for Eric Salcido, and he actually came over in a lot of games in spring training. So off to a great start. The Orioles looking for middle infielders that can play shortstop, and he's one of them. It's good to see. Again, at Double-A last year, I think was at Single-A Frederick. And Buck, when you get noticed by Mr. Showalter, especially in spring training when the minor league camp is not that far away, he'll bring you over, get to play a little bit.
Here's Adam Jones, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Adam an 0 for 4 in the ball game last night. 4 for 13 with a home run off Sale. 96 miles an hour, that did Sale, and an 0-2 count to Adam. Orioles having to step out here, even though that's supposedly a no-no this year. If nobody's on base, batters is supposed to stay in the batter's box. That rule got enforced for about 1 day. The 0-2 pitch and a towering silo shot. Leone will be called off, and that's what Moreland should have done and did. A much better angle for the first baseman. 2 down. Interesting note on Manny Machado. I saw the Elias Sports Bureau had Manny's last 13 home runs have all come against the American League East. Goes back to August 26 last year. He's had 6 against the Yankees, 3 against the Red Sox, and 2 against both Blue Jays and Rays. So the last 13 home runs he's hit all against division opponents. And a strike taken at the knee.
Yeah, well, he hit 37 of them last year, collectively.
0-1 delivery by Sale. Foul back. He's had 2 against the Red Sox this year.
I'm going to take a look. I mean, that's against Pomerantz, and then last night, you know, and again, second run, and every run against Porcello, because again, he's 1-4 now, not because of the way he's pitched. There's another strikeout on a great changeup.
Got to talk quick when Sale's on the mound.
Exactly.
8 strikeouts.
Of course, how do you get Andrew Benintendi? He's what, 6th in the American League, hitting .333. A good curveball. Again, he's the spin rate. You just don't pick it up. You can see right there at 26-26. Boog Pausner, actually. You know, Boog had 22 home runs here. One night he hit 3 to left field. 1 down the line, 1 to kind of, you know, middle left field, and then 1 over by the tower. And hopefully that was the night I was pitching.
Only Boog. Yes.
Love those runs in Fenway.
Absolutely. So Asher faces Ramirez. The RBI single. Pedroia, 2nd inning. The only run on the board. Foul back. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Red Sox, and no runs, no hits, and an error on the Orioles. Asher with a walk and 2 strikeouts through the first 3 as the Red Sox bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 0-1 count, straight up D on Ramirez, and the pitch will be taken away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, he's done a nice job of running the 2-seamer in on the righties. You know, did get a slider up to Betts, who hit it hard, but Rickard ran it down in right center. The RBI hit to Pedroia was a slider that hung over the plate, but
1-1. That ball's gone. Question is how far. Look out on the turnpike. Way back, and I mean goodbye home run. Out on the Lansdowne Street.
Yeah, well, you know, you just can't do that to Hanley Ramirez. Big home run on Sunday night gave him a 2-0 lead off of Kyle Hendricks. know, Pedroia hits a hanging slider for the single up the middle to drive in the first run, and then so they have now, with this home run, gotten what, doubled up the runs they usually get for Chris Sale. So here's the hanger inside middle, and he would go, Hanley, where would you like it? Well, right about here, and then he launches it.
Home run number 4 for Ramirez, and the Red Sox have a 2-0 lead. Ramirez getting RBI number 13. Orioles.
Yeah, he said he's not a home run hitter.
Fooled. Pitch will be taken inside. Moreland a double and a run scored. That'll be the 16th and only the 16th home run hit by the Red Sox on the year. They have given up 32 homers and hit only 16. As on the home run side of it, they're last in the league. Ball will be fouled away. Moreland with a big cut.
I'll tell you, yeah, now you know when you throw them. I mean, look at this. And the line drive's 15 degrees. That's at almost 40. The top velocity, I think, is 119, to give an idea. The ground ball that Betts hit to Manny that turned it over play was 108 last year. Or last night, so. But you get those kind of pitches, you become a home run hitter because it speeds up the bat.
1-1 delivery on the way. Went upstairs after that one, and a big time cut by Moreland. So the Red Sox a couple of runs on 3 hits in the ball game off Asher. As Asher not giving up a home run in the innings pitched coming in. Obviously not many. He only pitched 8 in the 3rd. 1-2 delivery on the way, and that tied him up. The pitch is going to be inside.
Yeah, Rayburn's not calling the high strike. You could see what the design of that pitch, what they were attempting to do. He's only thrown 1 changeup, so the off-speed pitch tonight has been that curveball we talked about. You know, Caleb is kind of going. I mean, he said fastball in. He said nope. 3, he's kind of the cutter. You might think that maybe Moreland's a pretty good curveball hitter, especially down and in. You don't have to do anything to drop the bat.
2-2 delivery on the way to him, and that'll go into the shift. Long throw. Jonathan Scope gets it over there, and Moreland is retired. 1 away in the inning. On Monday, the Orioles and Nationals will begin a 2-game series at Oriole Park. All fans are going to receive an Orioles Trey Mancini t-shirt. Then on Tuesday, first 20,000 fans 15 and over receive the Birdland Yard flag. For tickets, Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. There's Trey getting the start in left. Orioles have interleague play. The Washington games on the 8th and 9th at Camden Yards. The 10th and 11th will be played in Washington.
And best record in baseball, the Nats, by a game in the loss column. Houston game behind them, 17 and 9. Nats at 17 and 8. The way they're playing, I want everybody to have to play them. This is not the way it works.
No. That's why interleague play is not fair. Here is Dustin Pedroia. RBI base hit, his first time up. Outfield deep on Dustin. Ground ball to third. Manny Machado again gets the good hop. And the big arm will retire him. 1 for 2 for Pedroia, and 2 away for Asher.
Yeah, well, you don't like giving up home runs, but what I like about Alec Asher, you know, hang a slider. That happens whether it's here at Fenway or any park, and then you come right back and throw strikes. I don't think that Roger McDowell, the Oriole pitching coach, and along with Buck Showalter, the manager, don't notice that. And part of it is, hey, can you pitch? Can you pitch in this division? Are you going to, not everybody's Tanaka where you can outpitch Sale, where they can get some runs off him, but can you keep them in the game?
Bradley do a walk his first time up, and he went around on that one. DJ Rayburn, the home plate umpire, will make the call on it. For Bradley, a walk his first time up, the only one surrendered by Asher. Bradley's had a home run against the Orioles this season. Shift on against him too, and that'll be a strike again, even further in on the inside corner. There you see the Orioles shift the outfield straight up.
Yeah, 26 home runs last year, and great power, left field, center field.
And a breaking ball staying in on him. Asher not wanting to get those arms out.
I mean, you had Ramirez with 31. You had Ortiz with 31. You had Mookie Betts with 31. They could beat you a lot of ways last year. Speed.
That one in the air, right center field, dead center field. It ends up, and Adam Jones is deep, puts it away. So the leadoff home run by Hanley Ramirez, his 4th of the year, gives the Red Sox a 2-0 lead. Graphs in our Major League notebook. So far this season, strike zone both overall and at its lower edge, around 21 above the ground, most resembles the strike zone from April of 14 and 15, and that was when the strike zone was tighter. The reduced zone early this season compared to last is due to a tightening of the called strike zone for both left and right-handed batters.
So that's kind of what Major League Baseball wanted to increase.
Well, that's the rumors we hear, is that the umpires were told this, they want, Major League Baseball wants more offense. One of the ways you do that is tighten up the strike zone, more pitches, fatter pitches to hit.
Less sales pitching, and then it doesn't bother.
And you don't get any.
Well, they wanted to bring it up a little bit instead of maybe that little crease underneath your knee, bring it up to the kneecap. And the ball is more lively. It seems like it's been that way since the middle of 2015.
Now, the official strike zone in the rule book was not changed, but they did talk about it, and will do it again in the offseason. I asked Mark before the game, Trumbo, I said, do you think the strike zone is any different this year from the at-bats you had in April? And he said, I don't. He said, I haven't noticed any difference at all from last year. But, and a good point he made, that one down the line in right field, hit pretty good over into the corner. Oh, what a nice catch by Betts. Mookie Betts, running a marathon, makes the catch in right.
Yeah, almost overran it. Won the Gold Glove last year. You know, again, anytime down here, you're thinking pesky pole, you're thinking maybe home run, and then I think the ball almost gets, he almost outruns it. Looks like he has to reach back over his shoulder. So again, awfully good athletic right fielder. At least all the managers and players thought, gave him his first Gold Glove.
Good play. So Trumbo denied an extra base hit. Just finishing up on what Mark said, he said, of course, we haven't seen all the umpiring crews, so that's just based on the umpires that we've had for the first month.
And they're all different.
Yeah,
it's just the way it is.
Chris Davis will take the pitch outside. Chris struck out, worked the count to 3-2 against Sale. His first time up. Sale no walks, 8 strikeouts,
no hits.
Pitch on the way will be fouled way back upstairs. To be followed by Jonathan Scope.
Yeah, I mean, if you could command your stuff, and you never had Ray Searage with the Pirates, you know, everything has to happen in 3 pitches. And tonight it's 3 pitches and 3 strikes. That's how good he's been.
Davis got jammed a little bit, fouls that one back.
Well, you're hoping the velocity will come down. Again, his average fastball coming in, and it's been well above that tonight. It was like 94.5. Doesn't mean he doesn't have a changeup that he can throw in any count, or a great slider, and he does. But he's 6'6", and reception, you know, a lot of stuff going on there. You don't see the ball.
Davis will take it. It'll just miss away.
And he added the 98 on the corner.
He has pitched at least 7 innings in all of the 5 starts he's made this year. And that could have gone either way.
Yeah, Leon just, I mean, really quickly, definitely brings it back into the zone.
And there's a walk. That's the 7th walk that he has surrendered in 42 innings. 1 down, 1 on for the Orioles.
Well, there's your first base runner, too.
Well, the Orioles, with Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield, contribute $50 supporting the American Diabetes Association. The Orioles now have drawn 69 walks for a total of $3,500 or $450, whichever you like. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Ground ball towards the hole. Bogart's over. Running throw to second. They'll get the out there.
Yeah, very athletic shortstop that came up. They moved him to third. Batting average went down. They moved him back to short. Last 2 years, 196, 192 hits. And again, fast infield. It's bounding to his right. And he knows not going to get a double play. Get the lead runner with a 2-0 ball game, 2-0 lead, and he does.
Red Sox a different looking defensive team than what we saw in the game last night.
Well, Hernandez out early working with Brian Butterfield.
Here's Mancini, and the pitch by Sale is in there for a strike.
Well, you know, they were actually at least the Hernandez errors, they were routine plays. And you know, again, Embry, the pitcher, threw a ball, didn't know who was covering.
4 errors, 3 unearned runs in the ball game last night, surrendered by Boston. Boston's defense now is ranked dead last in fielding percentage in the league. They've committed more errors than any other American League team, 23. And their earned runs, 13 unearned runs have been surrendered. Compare that to the Orioles, 2. 0-2 count. Trey Mancini with a runner at first base. Mancini gets one to center, hit it hard. That's in the gap. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Jackie Bradley Jr. chasing it down, coming around, and the throw coming to the plate is not in time. Good slide in order to get around it by Jonathan Scope.
Yeah, it looked like he got the outside of the plate. Leon thought he tagged him. DJ Rayburn right there. And of course, anytime you have a place this close, you're going to probably at least look to see if you can challenge. So in the middle of the plate, change up, fastball, double. And you can see Scope just like last night. I mean, really airing it out. Great throw by Bogaerts. Nice tag. It looks like he got to the outside part of the plate. Take a look right here. Did he get the hand in? Yep. Missed the shoulder. And not only that, because it's a double, now you have the tying run. So you get the first run, the first hit, had the first walk.
And there's Jonathan Scope who crosses the plate. And the Orioles make it a 2-1 ball game. No hitter gone for Chris Sale.
You get an idea how hard Trey Mancini can hit the ball when he centers it.
J.J. Hardy grounded out his first time up. Hardy trying to get the Orioles even on the board now, as Mancini inserted into that job in left field, has done a number on the Red Sox. He's 5 for 20, 3 home runs and 7 RBIs for Mancini against Boston this year. 1-0 delivery. Hardy will take the pitch and it'll miss inside. J.J. grounding out his first time up, 3 for 13 now against Sale. The Orioles had a 1 for 5 last night with runners in scoring position, and they get their first shot at it here tonight. 2-0 delivery. Hardy will take it a strike.
Back to 98. Yeah, he'd only walked in 15, at least coming into the game. Only 1 walk against left-handers, who were 2 for 15. But the walk to Chris Davis kind of set up this inning to this point.
Hardy with a 2-1 count. There are 2 down. Big lead at second to Trey Mancini. Hardy will take that one. That's going to be a little bit low. So he gets ahead on the count, 3-1. JJ 4 for 15 in these situations. A deep breath and a chance at an RBI.
Yeah, just hoping that he gets something inside middle. What Mancini got for the double.
3-1 delivery on the way, and Hardy will ground that one to short. Bogaerts will record the out. But the Orioles get on the board as they break the no-hitter. Trey Mancini with Jonathan Scope having reached on a fielder's choice. Drives him home. Red Sox 2, Orioles 1. Brought to you by T-Mobile. Well, the Yankees doing what the Blue Jays did to them last night, 7-0. How about Gardner? He had the back-to-back home runs against the Orioles in a game. He's got 2 more tonight and 3 RBIs. The Yankees 4 home runs on the night. They lead the American League in homers. They raise the 1-0 lead over the Marlins, 4th inning. Home run third, Morris in Tampa Bay. Volquez seeking his first win with the Marlins.
Yeah. So Trey finally gets a fastball and smokes it by the outfielder Jackie Bradley Jr.
Alec Asher with Leone standing in. Flied out his first time up. Hernandez, then Bogarts at the top of the order. And the delivery will be away for a ball. Leone still with the struggles going on at the plate, hitting only .185, 1 home run, 6 RBIs, and that pitch away as well. Asher has walked 1, struck out 2, and given up only the 2 runs on 3 hits.
Yeah, I think you just got to be cognizant that with 68 pitches, 93 in that 1 start, but that a long time ago, there's a ball that, again, when you're struggling last year, I mean, he hit all close to 500 the first half. Sandy would have taken that pitch. This year, lower batting average, 189. Not the same start. Maybe a little overly aggressive.
2 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way to him. He gets a hold of that one down the line near the pesky pole, but foul.
Home run, but foul.
And the length, not the direction. Leone in a battle with Vasquez, as we pointed out, for the majority of catching time behind the plate. Or they may just go with both of them. They got 2.
Yeah, well, John Farrell said what Porcello and Sale will get Leone.
And a good off-speed pitch struck him out.
Well, there's the hook again, Gary. And you know, again, you got to read the bat. You know, you're behind him. You go 2-0, and he swings at really ball 3, and then he hooks one foul, and then you come back and hook him. Not only is it a curveball, it's a good one.
That'll bring up Hernandez, who struck out his first time up. Marco Hernandez, their 24-year-old third baseman. Last year, Pawtucket 309, 57 games. Boston 294 in 40 games for Hernandez. Manny Machado is in on the grass this time. He's taken a step closer than he'd been in the first at bat by Hernandez, taking away that bunt with his tremendous speed at the plate. 1-0 pitch by Asher. He fouls that away, 1-0.
Yeah, and one thing when you watch Marco Hernandez hit, he's not shy about going the other way. Yeah, they think eventually he'll develop if he can play every day, and that's not always going to be easy on this team to maybe have a little bit more power. I would imagine if you speed up the bat, hang a breaking ball, you may see that.
1-1 down to first base. Davis will take it to the bag. A couple of quick outs here in the 5th inning for Asher. Sarasota, Florida, spring home of the Orioles, also a destination for culinary adventure. From the fresh local seafood to an eclectic array of world-class cuisine. Savor the flavors of Sarasota Restaurant Week, coming up June 1 through the 14th. Get info at savorsarasota.com. Okay, look at Fenway here tonight, where the Red Sox have the 2-1 lead. Pitch will be down and away. Bogaerts has grounded out twice.
Yeah, both on the same pitch. And
Kevin Gausman and Drew Pomeranz tomorrow night. We'll be back with you 6:30 O's Extra, 7 o'clock the game. 1-0 delivery, and that's there.
Yeah, it's refreshing to watch Alec Asher pitch. Only the one walk. That was Bradley Jr. Strike thrower.
Bogaerts will foul that one back. No, Asher and Sale battling one another, batter for batter in this ball game. 1 ball, 2 strikeout. Bogaerts will take the breaking ball. It's going to be outside. Evens the count up 2-2. Pretty good motion on that pitch tonight.
Yeah, you don't get a 196, 192 hits if you can't hit the ball all over the field, and Xander can do that. Try to get in on him again.
Xander will chop that one down to third. Tough play. Base hit. Infield hit Bogaerts.
And that's another factor. Really good pitch from Alec Asher. He tries to go in, does get it in, and then he could run. He could scamper. I mean, right here, no chance. Manny makes a nice play, but very prudently decides I'm not going to throw it.
So Bogaerts picks up the single. He's sitting over 320 in the 9 games he's been in that leadoff spot. He likes it there. Of course, he could probably hit in any spot, and has. Here's Benintendi. He's grounded out and struck out. Benintendi with a 1 for 5 in the first 2 games. Very short lead at first. Shift on in the infield. Throw over. There are 2 down.
So they compare him to Freddie Lynn. Freddie Lynn in his first year in 1975, 331, 21, 105. It's a nice little year.
Here's the delivery to him. That to first. That is a foul. Fair ball call.
He must have touched the glove.
Into the outfield. At third base, Bogaerts will stop. Throw comes into second base as Benintendi lined one down that first base line, and it was real close. And Chuck Showalter saying, wait a minute, we want to take a look at it.
Well, the ball, I mean, this ball lands foul. I mean, way foul. The only thing that could have happened, it hit his glove.
That's what the umpire just said.
Yeah, because, again, he's trying to catch it. Again, you're going to your right, and boy, you can't really see it there, but he obviously heard it, and he's saying that's what he did.
And there's nothing there really that's reviewable. You can't do the fair or foul on that play because you call the ball fair in front of him. It's got to be behind him in order to get a review. Greg Gibson over there at third base. Sam Holbrook, the crew chief, made the call, and he immediately said it tipped the glove.
And he's standing right behind him. But was the ball in foul territory? I mean, yeah, if you tip it and the glove's in foul territory, the ball lands foul, as long as it wasn't fair.
So it'll be a base hit, and there are runners on at first and third with 2 down here in the 5th inning. So that will result in a key moment in this ball game with Mookie Betts coming up. As Benintendi's stung it, and it was on a line heading into foul territory.
Well, how about Rickard making a great play to keep it from going down? I mean, it didn't go down in the corner, and he played it well.
Yep.
So what usually, maybe in most parks here at Fenway, because of the walls jutting out, hustling outfielders can hold them to singles.
So Mookie Betts, 2 down. Asher's delivery to him. Betts will take it outside for a ball. He has flied out twice to left and right. 350 for Betts with runners in scoring position on the year. A 2-1 lead. That's hit number 5 for the Red Sox, out hitting the Orioles 5-1. Long hold, 1-0. Betts takes it. It's there at the knees.
Low strike. Hope he didn't like it.
Down goes to 1-1. Red Sox having so much trouble scoring runs, as we've talked about. They have a very unusual situation of having a very high batting average as a team, second in the league, but 11th in runs. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way, and that will ride in and out of the strike zone. 2 ball, 1 strike count from Asher.
Yeah, I mean, what, Benintendi's 22, Mookie's 24, Bogart's 24. Everything he did last year, average went from 291 to 318, home runs 18 to 31, RBI 77 to 113.
Asher 2-1 in that long hold. That ball driven in the air, center field, out of Jones, going back and makes the catch. A step shy of the wall, and we say again, because he's playing a deeper center field, there have been an innumerable number of these balls caught that would not have been last year. Back, want to battle Adam Jones in a cook-off? Tweet Masson Orioles your culinary creation with hashtag #IChallengeAJ. And you could face Jones in a cooking battle. Details at masson.me/IChallengeAJ. Live fearless with a name trusted for over 75 years. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Yeah, this ball is whacked. And again, you're right about playing deeper. I mean, it makes this play look easy because of the depth. You know, Baltimore, very small ballpark, as is Fenway, at least from about center over. I mean, a lot of room in right. But you play deeper, and sometimes you can even get balls into the well out here, the triangle, in deep right center field, where it goes all the way to 420.
Caleb Joseph leading it off. Chris Sale, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Joseph a strikeout victim. Orioles getting a run and their first hit. Trey Mancini, RBI double in that last inning. Davis had a 1-out walk, changed positions with Scope and a fielder's choice, and Jonathan Scope would score. Pitch to Caleb, that's going to be foul tipped into the mitt on the off speed delivery.
Yeah, 2-0 changeup. Well, out of cash here again. It's kept it close enough where if Sale has a rough inning, might take the lead.
Down to third, long wait. Hernandez will get it over there in time though. 1 away, 6th inning. Oriole fans, when the O's score 5 runs or more, get 50% off regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com with promo code Orioles5. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Joey Rickert, he has struck out and grounded out. 2-2 lifetime for Sale against the Orioles. First time he has pitched against the Orioles here at Fenway Park. And he earned a win his only start versus the Orioles last season in May, where he gave up a run on 5 hits in 5 1/3 innings. Had 6 strikeouts in that game. Fouled that one back. Rickert with a 1-ball 1-strike count. Joey in there to get these at bats against left-handers. Last year hitting that .313 average against them before the injury took him up. And again back to 78.
Yeah, he tried to track it. Of course, you know, you're trying to hit somewhere between 94 and 98, which, I mean, yeah, you can see him trying it, and it's, you know, that ball wasn't exactly on the corner, but you just get fooled by the speed.
Sale's pitch off the end of the bat to third. Got to hustle this throw. Hernandez does. 2 ground ball outs to third. Experience Oriole Park with a 5-bagger suite package. One low price. You get a fully catered suite, 5 games, including games against the Yankees or Red Sox. Plus parking, drinks, VIP treatment, and more. Great way to entertain clients, colleagues, and friends. Details 410-547-6173. Or you can go to Orioles.com/suites. Jones has struck out and popped out. 4 for 15 against Sale now. And that's off the end of the bat. Cued foul. Pool shot right there.
Yeah, well, there's the changeup again. And it looks to me that, you know, somehow he's able to throw that at different speeds. You know, one may be 85. That one was at 89. And then he can go maybe up 10 miles per hour on the fastball like that.
And Adam can't get around on that one and fouls it off. We talked about his strikeout to walk ratio. Note they have is that his ratio of 4.87 in strikeouts to walks is the highest, which is the best in the whole live ball era. You got to go back to when there wasn't a fork in the middle of the baseball for any numbers that were better than that.
Well, they ask him, are you going to play in the World Baseball Classic? He said, you kidding me? I'm not going out to Boston to do anything but help them get to the postseason. It looks like he's really keeping his word.
He's got a chance of helping if they can put the other things together.
Well, I mean, that's all, you can't control that. I mean, all you can do is control what he's been able to control, and he's been splendid.
0-2 delivery, and puts that one outside. Just look at that one pitch. 1-2 on Adam. Jones will take that one to center field. Jackie Bradley Jr. is there. 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom half of the 6th. Pitchers duel 2-1 Boston.
this game. Second time up, 4th inning, hanging slider, and there it is. There's your exit velocity, launch angle in this ballpark. Home run, 390 feet, 310 down the line. Any way you look, and there is your StatCast. The spin rate kind of hung and very hittable, and he didn't miss it.
And he will be leading it off here. Ramirez that home run in his last at bat. He is also grounded out. Ramirez now has an 8-game hit streak by delivering that long ball in this ball game. He is 10 for 27 and 4 home runs over the last 8 games, along with 7 RBIs. Asher's pitch to him will be taken for a strike. Ramirez had 33 home runs in 2008. He was playing with Florida, and then got up to the 20 mark only a couple of times until last year when he had the 30 with Boston. So he had the big year. It dropped off a little bit. Not that he wasn't hitting home runs, but not nearly as many.
Well, he had what, 30 home runs. He had 63 RBIs after the All-Star break. 93 wins for the Red Sox. 19 of those wins in September.
Ramirez will take that the other way foul.
Yeah, but you can see right there. I mean, he won the batting title. When he came up, he came up with the Red Sox, traded for Josh Beckett, Mike Lowell, third baseman, and then went down there and won a batting title for the Marlins, which is hitting instructor, along with Victor Rodriguez. That was Chili Davis. He can hit.
Pitch on the way by Asher, and there's another one.
Yeah.
That's going to be out on Lansdowne Street too. Goodbye, home run. 2-homer ball game for Ramirez, and a 3-1 lead for Boston. Number 5.
Well, he's kind of working. I mean, that's a hanging hook, hanging slider. Probably the right pitch, drawn location. You throw him something hard, he goes into foul territory, just pokes it, and then you make a mistake and talk about speeding up a bat. That one went a lot farther than the first home run. Maybe not as majestic, but it got out of here real quick.
So a multi-homer ball game for Hanley Ramirez. 2 consecutive at-bats, and his bat certainly is heating up.
Oh, it gives Sale now a 2-run lead. So here it is, and it's a hook. I mean, just got hit being written all over it, and he doesn't miss it.
Here's Moreland. He will take the pitch outside for a ball. Hanley Ramirez now has 3 home runs against the Orioles this year and 12 lifetime off Baltimore pitching. A 1-0 count on Moreland. He has doubled and scored and grounded out, and will take the pitch away. He said the Red Sox last in home runs in the league, longing to get some of these long balls coming back.
Well, and then you probably Alec Asher. I mean, it's been what, about 17 days since he last started. So he's at 90 pitches. Nobody up in the Oriole pen as of yet.
The ball in the air to left. Mancini. He's got it. With that home run, multi-homer, that's 22 for Ramirez. 22 multi-homer games in his career. A lot of multi-homer ball games. Doing it out of the DH role here in game 2 of the 4-game set.
Yeah, you were right. Maybe doing a little bit work early. Had some shoulder problems, so they are going interleague play to Milwaukee. So you might see him in the field. They played first base a lot last year and played it well.
Johnny Hart. Pedroia base hit RBI, and he is grounded out. It's 3 runs on 6 hits for the Red Sox, and that is a strike to Pedroia. 1 for 2 in the ball game, and a 1 for 6 in the first 2 against the Orioles in this series.
Yeah, but it was a big hit. Drove in that first run, took a slider right back up the middle.
1-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be outside for a ball. Pedroia still maintaining that big .320 average against the Orioles in his career, one of the highest. See the pitches thrown there by Asher up to 94. 2-1 delivery on the way. That's a strike at the knees.
He's been impressive. He's impressive to Chris Sale. I don't too many people are. What I just like, I mean, he gets the ball, he's ready to pitch, he throws strikes. Yeah, he's made 2 bad pitches, and Ramirez hit him. Doesn't drive you crazy if you're playing behind him.
Delivery on the way, and Pedroia will foul that off.
Here in the 6th, still at 91, 92, which is kind of where he tops out. Trying to figure, okay, I hung a slider home run to Ramirez, hung a curveball home run to Ramirez. Where do I go now?
Pedroia with a 2-2.
You can see Caleb get it down.
Delivery will be pumped to center. He's got a chance. Jones coming, and another fine running catch by Adam.
Well, you know, you talked about the play he made in last inning on Betts' line drive, but again, you know, Pedroia maybe not driving the ball, so you play a little shallower. You can see him at the top of your screen this way, and again, I mean, no drop step. If a drop step, which is you take a step back, he doesn't catch this ball. And he gets a great read. And center fielders, I used to Shag a lot. You can see where the ball is. You try to time it into the hitting zone, and then you go get it.
Jackie Bradley Jr. will take the pitch down low. 2 down, nobody on. Bradley has drawn a walk, and he has flied out. The only walk surrendered by Asher, and came in the 2nd inning. Helped to create the run with Moreland scoring, and Pedroia on that base hit for the RBI. 1-1. Pitchers who are doing a heck of a job in this ball game. Here's the 1-1 delivery on the way, and a cut on a pitch up high to him at 88.
Yeah, just a little movement with the cutter, trying to get a little more wrinkle on it. Sold a little bit off center.
So he reaches the 100 mark in pitches thrown. 1-2 delivery on the way, and then came back down with it and gets the strikeout. The home run by Ramirez, a 2-homer ball game for him, extends the Red Sox lead. Brought to you by Johns Hopkins Orthopedics, serving the community for over 125 years. And by Ocean City. Put your vacation days to good use in Ocean City. Book now at OCOcean.com. Very pleasant night here in Boston. Gary Thorne and Jim Palmer with you. That'll be it for the starter. Like Showalter over with Asher, who did a more than credible job with the 3-run, 6 hits over the 6 innings worked. It's just Sales on the other side and has given up a run on a hit.
Yeah, well, you try to control what you did. Again, it had been about 17 days since he started. Did get the win on what, Tampa Bay, the last game before the Orioles went to New York last Wednesday. But acquitted himself well.
Yep. So we go to the 7th inning. 3-6-0 Boston. 1-1-1 for the Orioles. Sale with a walk and 8 strikeouts. And Manny Machado will lead it off for the O's. First ball hitting in the air. This baby's gone way back and goodbye. Home run. Another one. Lands down straight, is collecting baseballs. And the Orioles are back to within one. It is 3-2.
Well, the velocity has gone down. I mean, it was, at 98. So, still good at 95, 98. And again, you're around the zone. You're looking for a pitch to drive. I mean, he's thrown 77 pitches and 55 for strikes. Every once in a while, as he takes another leisurely stroll. In the old days, that would get you drilled.
6 home runs on the year for Manny. And again, he hits them against the East.
Well, you're one swing away now, and take a look right here. And again, you take a look right in the middle, and it's gone the minute he makes contact.
It's Manny's 3rd home run against the Red Sox this year, his 6th RBI against them. He's got 16 runs batted in, and it is a 3-2 ball game.
Well, you got to love the swing. I mean, he's got one of the prettiest swings. Right-handed hitter. He backspins the ball. Exit velocity at 110. You can see that ball, 430.
The ball tag foul. And Manny coming in with a look over after Sale, of course, threw behind him earlier in the ball game and got both teams warned. And he hits the home run. That's how he's responded to everything that's gone on regarding the Red Sox and Manny Machado this year. And there's a strikeout to knees. So the strikeout, number 9.
Low and in right on the corner.
Home run by Manny Machado, only the 2nd one given up by Sale on the year. The other one hit by a left-hander. Chris Davis up. Davis will ground that into the shift. Pedroia will charge and make a running throw. Well, make every day game a game for you with the Orioles official Maryland license plate. To date, more than $130,000 raised for our community through the Orioles Charitable Foundation, thanks to the sale of these plates. For more information and to get your official Orioles Maryland license plate, go to Orioles.com/plates. And again, Manny adds to that number we talked about. The last 14 home runs he's hit have now been against Eastern Division opponents. And for the Red Sox, that's 4 he's had against them during that streak going back to last August 26. Pitch will be taken outside. Jonathan Scope scored a run, reaching on a fielder's choice, 5th inning. Did a great job on a Trey Mancini double to come all the way around from first to score, and a head-first slide catching the corner of the plate just ahead of the throw. And Sale's pitch is inside to him.
Yeah, and again, if you're Buck Showalter, you let him swing away here. Hoping you get something, a strike in the middle of the plate, and he missed.
Didn't need it.
Nope.
2 walks surrendered by Sale, and the Orioles will keep the inning alive here in the 7th. 2 down and 1 on, and it will get Mancini another chance at the plate.
Yeah, well,
and it'll bring
Carl Willis
a little discussion.
Yeah, the big train chugging his way out to the mound. The Red Sox pitching coach. Well, yeah, he kept throwing Mancini change-ups, and then the last time tried to, after an 0-2 pitch, tried to sneak a fastball by him. He doubled up the gap.
The only other game Sale has given up more than 1 walk was against Tampa Bay, where he gave up 3, and that's the most walks in a game. He's given up 2 here. So the Orioles will try, down by 1. Get this ball game tied up or better. You're in the 7th inning with 2 away.
Yeah, again, the pitch count well in hand at 86. And of course, they have one of the best closers in baseball, and Craig Kimbrell. He's got 8. He's retired 24 out of the last 26 batters he's faced. So you're trying to get into the 9th with a lead.
Mancini with a runner at first base. Sale's delivery to him, and that's a strike on the outside corner.
And there's a changeup at 89.
Speaking of closes, of course, Zach Britton is back for the Orioles. Came off the DL today. 0-1 count. Not a big lead for Scope at first base. A long look over. Mancini will take that one away.
Change up. And it's a good one.
Left-hander delivers to him, staying outside, and again is going to miss that. 2-1.
Yeah, there you go. Aaron Judge, we saw him. Haniger with the Mariners, been attending. Matt Davidson back in the big leagues, and Mancini. Trey looking for maybe 14 and 15 here.
2-1 delivered to Trey, and that one will just miss at 82.
Well, anything but a fastball, because that's what he hit, and he's got, you know, got such a good changeup slider combination. It's not like he's really doing anything that he's not capable of doing. And you know, once again, maybe a little more for the middle of the plate. Mancini might be able to drive one.
Trey will foul it away as he came in at 97, so he's still up there with the velocity. 3-2, 2 down, so the Orioles get the advantage on the base paths at least. Jonathan Scope get the take off here with a 1-run differential. Moreland will stay on the bag, cut down as much of that lead and early break as they can. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Mancini foul.
Well, you see how quick his bat is, and you see that was a changeup he pulled across the plate, and 3-2 might have something to do with that. That kind of ballpark, and Trey has great power the other way. If you hit one up the gap with 2 outs and Scope running, he's automatically going to score. Now he's scored twice in the last 2 games on doubles up the gap to left field, so you know, he runs well for a big man.
Second 3-2 delivery on the way. Runner goes. There goes the bat. It's a strikeout. That'll be the 10th strikeout of the ball game for Chris Sale. But the Orioles get to within 1. Leading it off, Manny Machado, his 6th home run of the year, makes it a 3-2 game, 7th inning stretch time in Boston.
Him in the game, throws a lot of strikes, only the 2 home runs to Ramirez, hanging slider, hanging curveball. pretty much the difference. And now we have our Jiffy Lube pitching change, brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Jiffy Lube stores now do brake services. Stop in and let Jiffy Lube perform a free brake inspection today. Donnie Hart on, and again, you turn Sandy Leon around. Much better hitter from this side of the plate.
Leon against the left-handers, sitting over 330. You go after the first pitch, and you'll get a base hit. Seeing eye single to lead off the bottom of the 7th inning for Leon.
Yeah, he goes happy, and so is John Farrell. 6 for 18, now 7 for 19. His only home run, a walk-off in the 12th inning off of Tony Bastardo. I mean, a 3-run shot.
The left-handed numbers against him.
Yeah, the thing is, yeah, I mean, actually, Donnie Hart getting righties out better than lefties this year, which is a departure from last year.
Against the Red Sox, Hart's 4th game. He's given up no runs on 2 hits, no strikeouts, and 1 walk against Boston on the season. Machado weigh in now against Marco Hernandez. And he does bunt back to the mound, got a chance at second, throws perfectly there, and they get the out at second base. Nice, comfortable throw made by Donnie Hart. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles.
Yeah, Marco Hernandez, as Michael Gibbons gets loose for the Orioles. He got it down, but right back to Donnie Hart. You're right. I mean, you know, you do all these, you know, pitchers fielding practices all spring. You know you're not going to get 2, make a perfect throw. And again, if somebody stumbles or whatever, if you get it to your shortstop, Hardy, who is covering, maybe you get a double play.
Bogart's 308 off left-handers. A base hit in this ball game, 1 for 3. Bogarts will take the pitch for a strike. Bogart's 6-game hit streak extended with a single in his last at bat. Donnie Hart did a great job for the Orioles when he came up last year. He worked in 22 games. He had 18 in the 3rd innings, 1 run, 12 hits in that time span. Impressive. He had spent most of the season at Bowie. Ground ball to the hole. There's nobody there. It's going to go into the outfield. Hernandez will get the 3rd easily as the ball dies in shallow right field. A single for Bogarts.
Yeah, see, he knows that Donnie Hart, because he's about 87, can't throw it by him, and got a man on first, have the first baseman hold him on. And, you know, this is a guy that's, you know, in a typical year is right around 200 hits with some power. I mean, that's by design. I mean, that's like a hit and run without the runner running. I mean, there's nobody. Look at the big gap over there, and he just, again, we told you this is a very, very hard infield. And then again, he takes advantage of it.
So Hart in trouble here, 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Benintendi a base hit, 1 for 3 in the ball game. Ender Benintendi with a chance for an RBI. He's hitting lefties at a 353 clip to start the year. Machado in at 3rd, just off the grass. Throw over to 1st. Benintendi didn't do anything at the plate other than stand there and watch it. Only 1 away. This is a big moment in the ball game since we're deep into it. Bottom of the 7th inning, just a 1-run game.
No, it's Chris Sale's game. He'll be up in the bullpen until you get to the 9th and Kimball. So obviously they want more runs. Wow.
Well, inside, he kind of ducked into it, though. That was a little less than what the fans thought.
Well, they'll boo, but why would you want to throw at somebody here? And, you know, again, I mean, look how tight he's right on the plate. And that's pretty close to the helmet. Trying to run it in, but he just kind of drops his arm, so you get underneath it.
0 for 2, Benintendi against Donnie Hart. Left-hander's delivery to him and a little roller. Runner coming home. Play's going to come home. Joseph, the tag, got him. Throw down to second just in case. Caleb not giving him much to slide into, and Hernandez going on contact, so they get the runner from 3rd base.
Yeah, and again, another play. You know, it's a great pitch by Hart. Watch this. Again, you know, all the practice. You can see Caleb right. He gives him the outside corner, gets the ball in plenty of time, so he's within the rules. There's the throw. Watch him, and he just goes and tags him. And again, just in case, Bogaerts comes off the base. So Downey Hart gives up a hit. Great pitch to get out of at least trouble.
Well, that's
now.
a big out. Gibbons on from the pen. Fast-paced pick-up and play MLB action, packed with all your favorite MLB teams, players, ballparks, and more. Get RBI Baseball today for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and mobile devices. Learn more at RBIGame.com. So a big out recorded at the plate, change made.
Yeah, so there's are the numbers coming off 2 innings in New York. In a game the Orioles won an extra inning, 7-4, 2 superlative innings. And again, low numbers all the way across the board. You can see fly ball pitcher, and only the 1 home run. And the important number there, 2 out of the 7 inherited runners with a couple of guys on now. So Hart gets Benintendi to hit that sweeping slider.
Pitch on the way, and that will be taken up high for a ball. Mookie Betts is 0 for 3. He's had 3 fly ball outs in the ball game.
Yeah, 2 of them kind of line drive variety.
Bogaerts lead runner at second. Benintendi on at first base. Gibbons delivery to him. That will be on the inside corner. Betts has gone 1 for 8 off Michael Gibbons in his career. For Gibbons, he's picked up a win against the Red Sox this year, 1-0, game number 4. He's given up no runs and 1 hit in 4 1/3 against Boston. And that one he gets by him at 94.
Yeah, a little extra right there. And throwing 96 or so in New York.
Red Sox have gone 1 for 5 in these situations tonight. Betts with a 1-2 delivery to him. That one in the air to center. Adam Jones going back. Adam back. Up. Can't get it. Sticks under the base of the wall. Bogaerts will score. Benintendi coming. Throw not in time. A 2 RBI double for Mookie Betts.
Boy, is that huge. A little breathing room for Chris Sale. So finally they don't catch one of his line drives as he scorches it over the head of Adam Jones. No chance here, just hit it too hard. Playing deep, did everything right. Just can't run them all down. And you can see about 3 feet over his head, and then it sticks under the wall, so everybody's going to score. Valiant effort.
Betts with RBIs 12 and 13 and a big 2-out hit. Runs will be charged to Donnie Hart. 2 down still. Check swing foul ball by Ramirez, who has homered twice in his last 2 at bats. Solo home runs leading off the 4th and leading off the 6th. For Donnie Hart, 2/3 of an inning, 2 runs and 2 hits. 0-1 count. Gibbons the look back. Ball to first base. Davis in foul territory will make the catch, and that will do it. But a big inning, and Mookie Betts with a 2 RBI double increases the Red Sox lead.
This is about 400 feet. Red Sox with a 1-0 lead, and then Trey Mancini, after a walk to Davis, Scope, who comes in on a force out, scores on the double, and here we go, home run number 5 for Hanley Ramirez, makes it 3-1, and then Manny Machado, excuse me, after getting thrown at, hits his 6th, and then that's with a 2-run double. Makes it 5-2. Those are your Geico highlights. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more in car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
5-9-0, 2-2-1. Those are the lines. Sale remains out. 2 walks, 10 strikeouts in the ball game. It'll be Hardy, Joseph, and the top of the order, Joey Rickard, due up against him. Hardy is grounded out twice against Chris Sale. Pitch on the way to him is a strike. Sale with a 1-2 mark. Orioles Zach Britton getting ready in the bullpen. Want to get him in the game. Walk back off the DL today. That'll be way inside and to the backstop.
Yeah, he pitched every other day. Friday or Saturday, I guess Friday, Sunday, and then maybe getting it now. Comes off the disabled list.
Here's the 1-1 delivery on the way, and Hardy will foul that one the other way off. An 86 off speed pitch.
Yeah, he almost hit you in the kneecap with a swerving slider and then change up, down and away. It's kind of pretty much what he's done all night long.
Sale has averaged only 14 pitches per innings pitched this year, and he's been on that count here in this game.
Very few pitches in the middle of the plate tonight.
1-2 will be outside. Through the order this year, opponents have hit 136 the first time, 150 the second, and 154 the third. In other words, they haven't. Line drive off the glove of Pedroia, and the Orioles get a leadoff man on. Hardy will break out of the 0 for 14, and the Orioles, needing base runners, get one.
Again, I mean, you're just trying to make contact and nice swing. This was the J.J. Hardy 2016 swing where he hit 295 with runners in scoring position, used the whole field, and runs have gone down over the last couple of seasons. Last year, the broken foot, out for maybe 7 weeks.
3 hits for the Orioles. Caleb Joseph is grounded out, strikeout. Caleb will take it away for a ball. Home run by Manny Machado, RBI double by Trey Mancini, and now the base hit by Hardy are the Oriole hits in the ball game. Second time they've had the leadoff man on base. The other was Manny's home run leading off the last inning. Pitch away.
Yeah, I think if you're John Farrell, at pitch count at 100. I think they're getting action up in their bullpen. He's a tough guy to relieve, unless you're going to your closer, because Kimbrel's that good.
2-0 delivery on the way. That ball whacked. That one is going deep, and it will curve foul. Right at the last minute, about 3 seats in the upper deck, foul.
Well, you know, Wellington Castillo goes on the disabled list. Last year, no RBIs, hit the home run on Sunday. Last night got another RBI, so they're looking a little different. Caleb Joseph, much more confident, and when he gets a good pitch, you know, even when he made outs last night, he hit the ball hard. It's nice to see.
2-ball 1-strike count here. Hardy off first, pitch away. So Sale falls behind again. 3 balls and 1 strike. Barnes and Kimbrel.
Yeah, so again, you pitch to the scoreboard because he's been a strike thrower all night. You want to make Caleb at 3-1 put it in play.
3-1 pitch on the way, and he does, and it's going to be a base hit. No, it's just foul.
Once again,
down that line, just enough curve on it to take it to the other side of fair.
You have both fastballs, and again, you're pitching to the scoreboard, and about 18 inches foul. Would have been a double.
Caleb with a couple of good shots, but they have both been fouled.
And when you read the bat, that means he's probably not going to throw him a fastball here.
3 ball 2 strike count. Hardy, the Oriole runner at first base. And one away and up.
Yeah, change up. Fooled him, and even though it wasn't where most of them have been, which is down in the zone, but it does trick him. You just can't get to it.
Picks up the strikeout. It'll be number 11. He's had as many as 13 this year. Here's Joey Rickard. Rickard has grounded out a couple of times and struck out. It is the age-old question for managers: do I have somebody in the bullpen better than the guy I've got on the mound right now? When it's Chris Sale, the general answer to that is no, unless it's Kimbrel in the 9th to close.
Yeah, and he's been around what, 108, 111, 109 in his last game, even though he did give up a couple of runs in the 9th inning against the Yankees.
Rickard puts one up in the air to center. Jackie Bradley Jr. 2 down. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow. Game 3, 4-game set. Kevin Gosman on the mound against Drew Pomerantz. Our coverage on MASN at 6:30 with those extra, presented by Jeep, and our game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN.
Yeah, Pomerantz has pitched very well. Kevin Gosman coming off a game where the Orioles ended up getting him 11 runs, but the bullpen and they couldn't hold that lead. Had a 9-1 lead at one time, 11-4 Friday night in New York.
Adam Jones 0 for 3. Wind blowing in now. Hasn't been blowing much at all tonight. Will foul tip that one into the mitt. 0-1-2 away. On at first, J.J. Hardy. You see the flapping of the uniform there with that wind blowing. All of the pregame turmoil regarding Adam settled in, and a ball game played without incident so far of any kind, except Sale throwing behind Manny Machado.
Yeah, but that's expected. I mean, something's going to happen. You know, that Betts got hit last night by Bundy. Like Buck said today, he did it perfectly. You know, breaking ball away, fastball away, and then plunk.
Red Sox fans know this could be Sale's last batter, and they're up for a strikeout here, of course. 2 down, runner at first, 0-2 count. Pitch to Adam. He fights it off. 0 for 7 in the first 2 games of the series. Adam came in hitting just a little over 300, down to 287. Still with the at-bats. Doesn't take a lot of offers for the average to drop. The regulars are closing in on somewhere between 80 and 90 at-bats on the year. You hit 100 and things start to change. Then you're getting some more locked-in numbers. 0-2 pitch, foul again.
Yeah, the Orioles in this situation with Machado, I'm not sure he'll face Sale, but you know, the Bogarts infield hit. You'd die for one of those right now. Well, not die, but you long for it.
Sale trying to finish up his night's work right here.
Now 110 pitches, 75 of them for strikes. That's like 68%.
There'll be another 0-2 delivery on the way, and Adam will fight that one off as well.
Oh, man, Sandy Leon out saying, okay, now what? I mean, right where you want to be, because you don't have to throw a ball over the plate. You can try to entice Adam Jones to chase.
Just under 14 pitches per inning, which is right where he came into the ball game. One of the best, most efficient pitchers, which is why his innings tend to be so short.
And it's also why nobody else is as efficient, and that's why they never get to. If you're only going to throw 110, you can't go much more than 6 or 7.
0-2. This is the third time on the 0-2. And Adam again will fight it off.
At 97.
Late at 97.
Yeah. Well, if you're wondering how you throw that hard when you're throwing 112, you got to be talented and you got to have a gift, and you got to know your windup. You speed the arm up, not your body.
Oh, 0-2 delivery again, and that's up. So Adam battling here. This will be the 8th pitch coming of the at bat. 1-2 count, 2 down. Orioles got the leadoff single from Hardy. Joseph struck out. Rickett flied out. Sale engaged here with Adam. 1-2 delivery, and that's up.
Yeah, good take there.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
You got about 4/10 of a second to recognize the pitch, whether it's a slider, changeup, or fastball, and decide whether you're going to swing.
2-2 delivery on the way. Wind's going to blow this thing a little bit. Mookie Betts will come in. It backs him up. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Adam Jones first at bat tonight.
The center fielder, number 10, Adam Jones.
A very warm and sustained greeting for Adam after all that happened in last night's ball game, and of course consuming the news today here in Boston. Red Sox with the 5-2 lead. Here's Zach.
Yeah, 5 out of 5 hasn't pitched. Went on the DL on the 16th, so he's back. I mean, this is obviously you'd like to have him come in a save situation, but he's got 54 consecutive saves. Get him back on the mound, and again, a little different baseball than what he's been throwing in the minors. And, just make sure that he comes out of it. He got 2 out of the 3 hitters left-handed. Doesn't really matter if you're right or lefty against Britain. And then just make him feel like he's comfortable being able to pitch.
Bottom half of the 8th inning. And Zach's first pitch will be a base hit into left field by Mitch Moreland. He'll make a turn and will go back to first base. So Moreland, a couple of hits, 2 for 4. He'd come in with no hits in his last 12 at bats.
And a 3 for 30 is in the rearview mirror. Double to left and now the single. Didn't waste any time.
And that'll be hit number 10 for the Red Sox, and it will bring up Dustin Pedroia.
Yeah, like you said, high average, but way down the list in runs scored. Not tonight with the home runs and the clutch hits.
Britton's delivery to Pedroia. That will be taken up high for a ball. For Pedroia, he's gone 9 for 15 against Zach Britton. Wow. That's got to be one of the highest averages of anyone against Zach. And 15 at bats. Strike taken on the outside corner. Orioles down by 3. They'll get another shot at it, trying to keep the score at just the 3-run differential. Pedroia's had a base hit RBI, grounded out and robbed of a hit by Adam Jones his last time up. And he'll take that pitch away. Zach back and happy to be. He was all smiles before the game today.
Well, the DL was the forearm strain, and anytime you get injuries in the forearm, a lot of people think, well, it's a ligament, flexor tendons, extensors on the top of the arm.
That's going to be down low. First appearance by Zach against the Red Sox this season. There'll be more to come.
And the other thing the Orioles do not want, I know Buck Showalter saying, please, and the Red Sox aren't going to make it easy, is, hey, do not have a high pitch in. No. Last year, a typical inning for him was around 15 pitches.
Runner off first, 3-1 delivery. Pedroia takes it away, and he walked it.
And not even close. Oh, there we go. 6 pitches, 2 strikes.
Term he used in a next to last minor league start may apply here. A little rusty.
Well, it's just been a different year for him because, you know, ever since he hurt his shoulder starting and he had to be with the club about 3 years ago, Rule 5 guy, arm exercises, so health hasn't been a problem. Oblique problem in spring training, didn't get as much work, and then the forearm problem.
Jackie Bradley Jr. 2 on, nobody out. He'll foul that one back. A real good rip on that one.
But see, that ball had a little sink to it. Anywhere from usually 94 to 97. Bottom drops out. Hard to elevate it.
2 for 7 off Britton. Red Sox tonight, same number, 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position. 0-1 delivery on the way by Zach, and that one will be down low. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Asher, the starter, 3 runs, 6 hits over 6, still the pitcher of record for the Orioles. Donnie Hart, 2/3 of an innings, 2 runs, 2 hits. Givens worked 1/3 of an inning, 1 hit. Both of the runners he inherited scored on that 2 RBI single by Mookie Betts. Sale's gone the distance for Boston. 1-1 pitch, chop foul. Clean off the plate. Sale, this is like a tsunami of runs. 5 runs scored in the game he has started. He's coming in with an ERA of 1.19 and a record of 1-2. Tells you how many they hadn't scored. 4 runs in 37 innings for Sale prior to tonight. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and that one bounces. Good stop made. Caleb holds the runners.
Yeah, to give you an idea of the ground ball pitcher that Jack Britton was last year when he was 47 out of 47. Nice job. I mean, this ball 60 feet 6 inches to the plate. That one maybe what, 60 feet 2 inches, 4 inches out in front of the plate. They put a 140 balls in play, 13 in the air all year. What an incredibly low number.
2 ball, 2 strike count. whipsawed that bat, but he didn't go around on it. So a full count 3-2 with nobody out. Moreland looking on from second, the base hit. Pedroia from first with a walk, and Deck Leone. Only 2 walks surrendered by the Orioles pitchers, 4 of them, one by Asher and one by Britton.
Yeah, I would think, we haven't seen Richard Blyer, who was called up, but you would think somebody's going to get up and throw, especially if he's not able to get Jackie Bradley Jr. out.
Fouled off again.
The pitch count going up. It's typical Red Sox offense. Make your work unless you're really on your game.
Good battle right here. Pitch number 13 of the inning. 3-2 again. Popped him up. Shortstop Hardy. It falls in. They got a Forceout at third base here. He's out. Roll over to first. There's nothing to go there though. So the ball fell in. They get the runner at second base because Moreland thought that was going to be caught. He had hardly left the bag, and now Buck Showalter is going to come out.
Yeah, that's 2 nights in a row that a ball has fallen in. You had Flaherty in left. Mancini, wanted to come in but didn't quite do it. Did he call an infield fly? I guess.
I was watching in the infield fly rule. I didn't see an umpire put an arm up.
Well, it was in the outfield.
Yeah,
it wasn't a routine infield pop-up, and that's when you call it. And the wind's blowing, as you mentioned last, come up, and that's out in short left field.
So they got to force out on that runner.
So the batter is out, and then the runners advance at their risk.
Yeah. But I think there's another runner out. They get the runner at second base, Moreland, going back to the bag, but when they stepped on the bag, they also get a force out on the first base runner, Pedroia, because the runner, the batter, Bradley, actually would have reached base. So it's a triple play. It ends up being a triple play because Scope threw it over to first. So they get second and 2 at first. 5-2 Red Sox. Minutes from hotels at bwi.com. Barry Thorne, Jim Palmer back with you. One of the most unusual triple plays you'll ever see. And now Sale's out.
Yeah, he really pitches well. He gives up the home run to Manny after he throws at him, and he felt good about that. Double to Trey Mancini, and again, masterful control. That's what, now 5 straight games with over 10 strikeouts, and their closer comes in. And again, the one blown Saint on the road. He's 23 out of 23 here at Fenway, and again, he's retired. 24 out of the last 26 hitters, 15 of them by strikeouts. And again, he's striking out 15 per 9 innings, 98 miles per hour. And then the hard slider that he throws about 35% of it.
Here you go. Here's the triple play now. First and second, nobody out. There's no infield fly rule here. The ball is popped up by Bradley. It falls in. Moreland, who's on second base, is off the bag. He's tagged. 1 out. Step on the bag. Pedroia's out from first. The runner never ran to first. Never touched the bag, so he's out.
He kind of peeled off because he thought that he was out.
Yeah. So triple play. And Kimbrel will work here to Manny Machado, and Manny will take the pitch up high for a ball. For Kimbrel on the year, he's had 1 save against the Orioles in the 1 game pitched, and that was just for a third of an inning.
Oh, boy, does he throw hard. I mean, a premier closer.
Kimbrel's delivery will be off the bat. Take a look at our Lexus of Towson drive of the game.
Yeah, well, he backspins this one about 430 feet after Sale threw at him, 97 miles per hour behind him. Didn't get hit.
Our Lexus of Towson drive of the game. The area's #1 volume Lexus dealer for 7 straight years. Come see why. LexusofTowson.com. Pitch will get away, and he did not go around on the swing.
Yeah, even the sliders at 87 to 89. So power pitcher, strike thrower. Atlanta got traded to San Diego, and then they traded four young players 2015 to get Kimbrel here for the 2016 season.
And the breaking ball will be taken. So trying to get on. Manny Machado with the Orioles down by 3 here in the top of the 9th inning.
Well,
he's 8 for 8 against the Orioles in saves. Kimbrel is.
You know, let's see if he takes a pitch here. It's kind of what you used to do. I don't know if you don't see too many guys do it.
3-1. Kimbrel's delivery to Manny, and he'll hit it hard on a 1-hopper right at Bogarts. Trumbo and Davis to follow. Sale trying to win his second. He's 1-2. Asher hoping not to lose it. He would be 1-1. Pitching a fine game though. 3 runs, 6 hits, 6 innings for Alec Asher, the starter for the Orioles. A really big hit came in that 7th inning on Betts' 2 RBI double with 2 down.
And it was a clean inning.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he left any runners on base. He got a couple of hits, and then off of Donnie Hart, and then Betts did what he did last year when he was second in MVP voting. Smoked one to center field for a 2-run double.
Here's the 0-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be hit to center. Going back, Bradley Jr. 2 down.
And he's a glider.
One final look at our Major League Notebook for this day. On this day in 2010, the O's get a 3-2 win over Boston, completing a 3-game sweep. It was their first at-home sweep since '74. And this would be the day in 1939 that Lou Gehrig did not play against the Tigers, ending his consecutive game streak. 2,130, he would not play another game. Diagnosed, of course, with what we know as Lou Gehrig's disease now.
Wally Pitt took his place.
Chris Davis 0 for 2 and a walk. 2 down, nobody on. Top of the 9th inning. Chris will foul it off the other way.
And there's 99. Well, this Red Sox team, you know, they traded Price for $217 million last year. You know, again, they go get Sale, give up #1 prospect in baseball, and 3 other players. They're built to win this year. He's going to save a lot of games if he stays healthy.
0-1 pitch will just miss. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Orioles limited to just 3 hits in this ball game. 2 of those for RBIs. Mancini's double, the home run by Manny Machado. And Hardy a single was stranded. Laid him up inside that time.
Yeah, it's hard to, I mean, you have to really kind of hit off 98. So when you make it, we saw Sale do it from the other side of the rubber of a left-hander. Same thing, except Kimbrel's slider's a little bit harder.
1-2. 99 in, 2-2.
Yeah, the Orioles beat Kimbrel last year, early in the year, when Trumbo hit a 3-run home run. But again, Asher pitched well enough to make this game close, at least for 6.
2-2 delivery. Davis swings and misses. Play's got to be made at first base. Leone out and gets it, and that's the ball game. So the Orioles 3 up and 3 down. Sale the winner 2-2. Asher the loser 1-1. Kimbrel gets his 9th save of the year. This 4-game set now even at 1 apiece, as the Red Sox take this one by a score of 5-2.